Hey guys, welcome to the MC Anime Podcast. We cover anime, geek culture, Japanese aesthetics, and Asian studies. We are a multi-fandom podcast, and you can expect to hear topics in your favorite hobby or fandom activity potentially. You can find MC Anime on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Also, please check out mcanimepodcast.com, our website. Furthermore, stay tuned in for another episode.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of MC Anime. MC here, and today I have another special guest with me today, Leslie Madewell. He is a photographer at heart, anime enthusiast, still can't get over an child, and also an audio personnel of different collaborations. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I'm really glad that I was able to have you return my emails talking about needing a guest, and I'm just really thrilled to talk about something that I actually enjoy, like anime.
Yeah.
So I appreciate this.
So, for anyone that further ado, this particular episode is we're gonna do like a combo slash with photography and convention culture in one go.
Okay.
So, convention and photography, how do they go hand in hand, and how does your experience go hand in hand with that?
Well, when you go to a convention, I mean, you literally go to a convention to see cosplayers and meet up with people that love, anime. And if you're gonna go and you want to show off your skills as a cosplayer, making your character, you definitely want pictures of it. So that's why photography and convention go toe to toe. Because, like I said, you put in a lot of work to your cosplay, and you want to show it off. So you definitely want to get pictures of it, video, and being able to show it off. So it really does go hand in hand, and the culture of it is. It's like really writing the rules. When you take the picture, it's like a whole protocol of how you go about the best way to ask for a picture of a cosplayer. There's some unwritten rules that I like to follow, but it's insane of just how I just love cosplayers, and I'm just glad I'm good with the camera. I'm not really good at making cosplays, so I bring something to the table, but I feel like cosplayers and the anime character they create are just better than what I can do. So
True.
That's kind of how it goes.
The unwritten rule: ask before you take a picture. That's always one. Yeah. Also, if you want to do a pose or a specific type of picture, get their permission and see if they're comfortable with that. Because sometimes certain pictures they're not comfortable with. Sometimes they don't want you to just take a random picture. They want it to actually be a specific pose for the specific costume. Also respect the character. Maybe the character has a signature stance or character development, because sometimes they also want to capture that. And also, just because their cosplay is not necessarily the best, should you discriminate against them, not take a picture with them?
No, I definitely don't. Especially if they kind of like, sometimes they have what they call like a casual cosplay of a character. So it's like you can still tell it's the character, but it's not to the full detail. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and another rule I like to follow is don't ever bother people when they're eating or drinking. Like I myself would be like really, I'm trying to like eat and walk around this convention all day, and now you're bothering me for this. Like I'm trying to just eat my hamburger in peace for like 5 minutes without being bothered. Like I see that happen a lot. I'm just like, that's just me.
Yeah. Yeah, I do understand that.
And another thing is what you said is just ask, because the worst thing you're gonna hear from a cosplay model or just a person in general is they say no. Don't sit there and argue with them or try again. You okay, cool, have a nice day, and you move on about your business. I see it all the time with people just be like, but like they said no, just let them be. Especially since, as I don't know if you've ever been to a convention, MC.
Oh, I have many a times.
But you know how it's people go there for certain things. They want to either see a panel, see a guest speaker, or go see a certain show. And sometimes they just either don't have the time, or they're in a bad mood or whatever. Because the conventions some are 4 days long, and you just get a little on you. So I try my best to just, they say no and move on. Sometimes later they'll find me and be like, hey, sorry for, had to go do something, but I would definitely like to do a shoot right now if you would be cool with it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it comes back around. So just got to be nice and have fun. That's really what I like conventions for. It's like, I actually like the people watch, just seeing how all the different characters running around and doing funny things. It's really fun to just people watch there.
Oh, okay.
I know it's a little weird, but that's kind of like how you can be like, yo, if I can find that person I would love to do a shoot with them. I have an idea, this location over there. It's fun. I haven't been to a big con in a couple of years due to the pandemic and all that going on, so it's been a while since I've been able to, explore and have fun at my conventions that I usually would go to.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be interesting from time to time. Because most of the convention experience that I have is either I volunteered and I was staffed the entire event, or maybe I went to a couple that I went to that I just enjoyed myself. See, most of the time I went as staff or was part of a convention committee.
Oh man, I helped out with conventions or whatever, but being a staff, I mean, if you like it, you can enjoy it, but I find just going to a convention, you can enjoy it. I don't mind doing 1 day, but I don't know how you do staff, and then it's just you're up for probably 12 hours, don't get enough sleep in between.
Oh, shoot, I thrive on that.
Sheesh. More power to you for doing that. Unless I was volunteered and I really liked the person that was asking me to do it, I probably wouldn't do it. It's just, it takes a lot out of you. And then sometimes you just can't even have fun, because you have to work to make other people have fun.
Yeah, true. Well, also, I've been, part of 3 convention committees. I've actually been to every staff convention meeting before the convention actually started, and also just succeeded and see it become more. And this was continuous from year to year to year. So it just, that's just kind of what I like. I don't know.
If you like doing that, that's cool. I when I go to a convention, I bring my camera, and if I can, I'll bring some of my extra lights. I usually have some kind of shoot set up throughout the weekend. And if I'm not shooting with the people I made plans with, I like to just find random cosplayers and have shoots. I always have cards on me, and I usually have friends that work in the main area, whether they're artists or a vendor, and they let me they hold my lights for only the certain types, but I just having fun. I think one of my favorite group shoots that I was ever part of was they had DC versus Marvel versus My Hero Academia.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how they orchestrated it or whoever put it together, but they put it together, and we probably had a couple, maybe close to like 100, maybe 120 cosplayers in all various forms, whether My Hero Academia. There were a lot of Spider-Man, and the Marvel side was like a Wolverine. They even had a cosplayer as Stan Lee. And then of course, you went over to the DC side. There was a lot of Red Hood, Batman, Superman. There was a Wonder Woman. I think there's even a Raven. So like, you have the different players, and of course, every convention you go to, there's like 20 different Deadpools running around. So of course, Deadpool is running around.
And don't forget the the different Spider-Mans too. Oh gosh.
Yes. So speaking of Spider-Man, I did a great interview, you're interviewing me. I did a great photo shoot of 4 different actually 5, because they had a Peter Parker, but they had 4 different styles. One of that, he could be, he's Spider-Man, he's just Peter Parker. It was kind of cool. They had a Captain America Spider-Man, the mashup. They had regular Spider-Man. They had I think it's Iron Spider-Man, and
Iron Spider, yeah,
Iron Spider. Sorry, and then he was the black suit Spider-Man. So
Venom,
he was with the Venom symbiote.
Yeah.
And then on the side, you just see a guy that looks like Peter Parker holding the camera, got his glasses. The Tobey Maguire from the Sam Raimi trilogy.
Oh, gosh. It's always fun to see it.
Yeah, and they were really cool. They sit there and could do like flips, and especially like the Spider-Man. How he has his signature pose. So that was really cool. I did a Luffy from One Piece. It was a female version of Luffy. She was really good. And then the next day she was Wednesday Addams. So.
Oh gosh, yeah, they do that from time to time. They bring like 2 or 3 outfits, and each day they wear a different outfit.
I don't understand. First off, how they can get one character down, but they do 3 throughout the whole con. I'm just like, how do you do that?
Because okay, the ones that do multiple costumes and change it to multiple conventions, the older costumes, they already have it, and they bring it with them. A part of the logics, and they already. Okay, the thing is, they've already dressed up these characters before. So dressing up as 3 different characters they dressed up as before is really not that hard.
I mean, I never really looked at it like that. That does make sense. I'm always thinking that they just come up with a new character every year. But as someone you bring it back and you add a new character, that makes sense because you already got the clothes. You already know how to like put it together because you've already did the whole trial and error.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
So.
I mean.
Most of my convention experience was being staff. I had a couple like Comic-Con and one GalaxyCon and like a toy comic book show or whatever. But like most of the time, let's see, I was staff. I volunteered, checked badges. Check the AV, make sure everyone in the panel room has everything they need for technology-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Do the photography for promotional content.
Nice.
Be second floor supervisor, be a panel supervisor, organize, helping the con suite. You name it, I did it. I was sometimes I'll be floating around, panel reviews, all this stuff.
Man, why? You must really like doing that. That just seems like a lot of just like that. That's a lot of responsibility. I don't know. I always feel like I'm just gonna like mess it up somehow.
True.
I think if you can do it. I just think I would mess it up and see.
Recently, RavenCon. I just did a 12-hour shift, just the entire day. I was at registration for like a little bit, and then I went from registration to the dealer's room, and I stayed in the dealer's room the entire day. And towards the end of the day was the probably the more frustrating part. I had to go through all the convention T-shirts, do inventory, count the T-shirts, write on a piece of paper. If we had the the Dragon Castle with the Dragon book, we had to take inventory of which extra large, which superhero, the old geek, the new style, all of that, and put into calculation of how much we had left and translating it from paper to software on Excel. That was a pain.
Wait, so you're saying you did it after working 12 hours?
Yeah, I did an inventory of all the shirts.
Oh, man, that's
I had to count every shirt they had and every extra large, small, medium, 2X, 3X, 4X, women's extra large, women's small, women's medium, all of that.
Man.
And they had probably 8 to 10 different designs, all in different sizes.
Yeah, it's got, especially if you talk about like women, their sizes are all weird. You probably have even if you have like one convention that had like their regular T-shirt, you probably have different variants of that every year. And then sometimes you're selling like the past couple of years T-shirt that you have left over. Or whatever.
It's basically whatever left over. So if they have it left over from like 3 years ago, and we have the new style now, and they get to choose like which one they want, so we're going through the drawer. Which size? If it's a men's, it's a women's. What is it?
Kids. That's a lot of thinking on my part.
Yeah, and then I was also helping with selling the T-shirts, but also selling the cookies, the buttons, and the Corbett 19 book. They did like a 19 anthology book about birds and crows. They took the word COVID and put it into Corbett. So
I think Corbett is a character in the DC universe.
Yeah, and let me guess, it's a bird. It's a bird character.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they because RavenCon is named after a raven, also Edgar Allan Poe theme, Nevermore, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's a literature and sci-fi convention. So their biggest draw is independent authors writing stories, all of that. So their fundraiser, their Kickstarter, because the COVID really messed them up with like funding and giving back badges and all that stuff. Their Kickstarter was Corbett 19 anthology, 19 different stories, 19 different authors, all about birds.
Wow.
And it's their version of COVID. Instead of COVID-19, it's Corbett 19. Because COVID messed them up.
Just off the top of my head would be cool is if you had 19 different stories, but they're all kind of like chronologically, like the same same story, but like each author picks it up and adds something to it or continue. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's something that can be done. But anthology is usually stories around a certain theme, so they're all similar stories with following that theme. It's a collection of stories.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, but no, when it comes to the conventions, since I see it from the point of view as like someone that's going and working it as like a third party venue or like a third party, like an outside contractor, and working at the con, and then you who work for the actual convention itself.
I get it for free.
I mean, yeah, but you guys work hard at conventions. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you guys work long hours. Sometimes you have to deal with most of the, I want to say like 98% of con goers are really nice people, but sometimes you just deal with people because the convention, like, society or the makeup, there's some interesting characters. I want to say, like, in the nicest way to say is the people there are interesting, very interesting with the things they do. I remember going to a con, and one year it was all about everybody dabbing everywhere. That was like the thing to do.
Yeah.
And then next year it was them doing everywhere you're looking. They're doing the T-pose because every video game character starts off like that. I guess I don't understand all the little things that they do, but it's it's fun to watch. Like I said, people watching at a convention is just fun because you just see, like I said, interesting things going on.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the bearded gymnast. Oh gosh.
A bearded gymnast.
Yeah.
Okay. So me looking at a con, whatever, I've never really seen anything like physical happening. Like I've never really seen any fights break out, but I have seen, especially as a photographer, there are some like creepy, mostly like little heavy, little overweight guys, probably like middle age, and they just walk around with. They have a nice camera, but they're just really like they look really sleazy just the way they act or whatever, and it makes the actual photographers, I do a semi-professional, it makes us kind of like have to work even harder because it just takes one person to kind of ruin it for the rest of the people, the 99% of the photographers that are in the convention doing everything, the respectful right way to screw it up. And it's just funny how I'm just like, what makes you think the way you're doing things wants people to respond to you differently? Like, you're just coming across as, like, not genuine, I guess you would say. And like I said, how do you see it from your point of view? Because I can tell you what I see, but, like, I don't know how a person actually working at the convention will look at something like that.
Okay. Since I've been involved in convention committees, they take that very seriously. So that can be on grounds to ban them from the convention because of that no tolerance behavior. Because they take it very seriously for the con goers and the people enjoying it. If someone did something like that, it just puts up red flags.
I agree with you on that. As a photographer, sometimes my how I am with each model is different. If I have a couple of years like friendship with a model, I'm more comfortable. If we're more comfortable, I can put my hands on them, kind of move them away. If I don't really know the person at all, any direction I'm giving them on pose or whatever is strictly me verbally communicating with them, unless they tell me otherwise to like where to put their hand or their leg, or if they have like someone their cosplay that's like shifting around. You know what I mean? There's no like physical touching unless I actually know the model on a more personal level. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that is one thing I can definitely say, just because, like I said, especially let's say if they're a good looking cosplayer, whether they're male or female, it's people they feel like
okay. I mean, if you want like dating males, so be it.
What's up?
If you like dating males, so be it.
No, I'm just saying like a good looking male like cosplayer. I'm saying, because there's cosplayers there in Florida, and they run around as Roman like gladiators from Spartacus, the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, they're good looking dudes, and they're really nice, really cool. But I feel like same thing with the female cosplayers that are really pretty, they're really fit. You know, I feel like, you know, they're allowed to wear the outfit that might be considered, you know, on the more risque or like provocative side, and they should also feel comfortable that no one should be like touching them without them wanting to. An accidental bump or like brushing up against them, you know, that's fine, but I don't know if that's ever happened at a convention that I have seen. But
no, that has happened. You run into them, you're not looking, and then you ran into them and you bump them, or they come on the corner. Oh, that stuff happens. Now, certain things of, if it's happened more than once, then they should really be on the alert, because that is not necessary. Usually once is probably the limits on that. You don't usually run into people twice or 3 times.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, like, on my end, as you know, looking through the camera and stuff, I've never really seen anything kind of, but I've heard stories, you know, of things people are being weird or like being followed to a hotel room, and they're like, and mainly I hate to say it, mainly the young ladies that are slowly being followed by, you know, people or you know, guys. You know, if they're in a hotel or they're trying to, like, they're leaving the convention to go to a restaurant off-site or whatever. And there's stories I hear of them being followed and stuff. And I don't know, I've never, like I said, I've never seen it, but I've heard stories. As a person that works there, MC, at a convention, have you had anything like that happen? Yeah, I like to know.
I have just had... Probably the crazy stories I've had is probably... The most crazy story I've had is special guests at the convention that are, like, bought by the convention to be programming, being complete jerks. Being ornery, being, you know, noble-ass, and just basically entitled to whatever panels they want or the honor treatment.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess when you deal with people that are, I mean, famous people I've met at conventions. I've met Lou Ferrigno, the original Hulk. Yeah. I've met Christian Swanson, who played the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the movie. I've met Stan Lee once in real life back in 2009, and then I saw him again at one of the last cons he did before he was taken away from us.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've seen. Let's see. I did an interview with Stephanie Madani, with Dragon Ball voice actor. I've met the voice actor for Legend of Katara. I actually did an interview with DC Glenn. Hoop, there it is.
What?
Yeah, I've done like really interesting things with the podcast and met people in real life that just been kind of cool. I've met
there's been so many people at con that are either big time cosplayers or that have, like, when I met Stan Lee, I bumped into him or he was super nice, super chilled, and like it was such a quick moment. Like I ran into him because I was doing something else. And I go, oh, I'm sorry. So he goes, oh, no problem. It's all good. And he walked away. And then I just realized that my brain is just like, that's Stan Lee. And then, like, as he's walking away, he had like an army of like people like trying to follow him.
Why did you take a picture?
Oh,
you should have taken a picture.
Okay. I'm sorry.
If you met him twice, you should at least take a picture once.
I got a video and a picture of him. When he was speaking at like I said, the last con I saw him at, I think it was 2018.
Oh, true.
It might be 2007. I don't know. But he was speaking at the convention, and I managed to get a little video of that. I also had a good. I never interviewed, but I did talk to her. But the the lady that played Warina in Supernatural.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you ever seen that show.
Yeah.
Well, you know who Warina is, right?
Yeah.
The mother of yeah. She by far is like just a cool ass woman. She was funny. She was nice. I mean, super friendly. Really sweet.
I think I met. Let's see. I met the person who did Jason from the Halloween. No.
Really?
Yeah, Jason trilogy. I met Batista.
You met? Well, I've never met Batista. I've seen him plenty of times, but I've never met him.
I met him actually at GalaxyCon.
He's a really cool guy.
GalaxyCon is a very big. If you know, do you know the SuperCon in Florida?
Yeah, I know SuperCon.
Yep, the same ownership is now with GalaxyCon. SuperCon 4 is the only one that kept the trademark SuperCon. So all the other SuperCons that GalaxyCon operated became GalaxyCon. So they did like Indianapolis, Richmond, Raleigh, SuperCon Florida. They did like 13 different events and they travel around.
That's a big skid. That's just like a headache.
Yeah. Wow. They have anime, they have comics, they have animation, TV shows, wrestling, all the 9 yards.
That's crazy. Yeah, I've been to SuperCon once, so it's pretty cool. It's big.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm from Florida. The one I've been to SuperCon once. I've been to MegaCon a couple times in Orlando. Yeah. Went to MetroCon a lot in Tampa because I lived there. I've been. They ran it for like 2 years, but it was called like EXPCon. They had Jacksonville. I went there a couple of times. Then there is one that was called LameCon, and in the northern part of like the Tampa Bay area. It was a place called Land O'Lakes, and that ran for a good I think 5 or 6 years. It was a decent local con. A lot of people were there. I did work that con with a group that I was part of, so that was we worked shifts. It was fun. Very low key, but speaking of other people that I ran into, I think the worst I've ever ran into was, do you know the people that do death battles?
Yeah. Oh, wait, you met the people at Screw Attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
That I don't know. Let's just say it wasn't the most pleasant run-in I had with them. I love watching them, and I'm not. It just. I don't know if I caught them at the wrong moment. I think it was on Sunday. It might have been they just woke up or whatever. But they weren't super mean. They're just very not very standoffish.
Yeah,
so it was kind of like a mix.
Yeah. I think recently, the last death battle I watched was Jake Long versus Danny Phantom.
I don't know if I saw that one.
Yeah, and then I also saw Butch Hartman doing an interview with Screw Attack about Danny Phantom and all this other stuff on his YouTube channel. So it was actually kind of interesting. Because I was looking for Danny Phantom, found the Screw Attack, then I found Butch Hartman's channel, which was the creator of Danny Phantom, and Fairly Odd Parents, and a couple others. But, I don't know, it's I wanted to see more shows like that, but it's just kind of hard. So I just rewatched the entire Danny Phantom series.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really watched that show, but I've heard about it, and it seems really nice. It's another Nick show. Like you said the Legend of Korra, which is pretty cool.
I love Legend of Korra. Legend of Korra is awesome, but it still won't beat Avatar: The Last Airbender. But Legend of Korra was totally different than Avatar.
It was good watching the continuation, but it was a different way. You know what I mean? It was
you have LGBT awareness, you have depression, you have actual relatable villains taking away powers. The benders are actually right. you see the aftermath of Republic after the 100-Year War. You see the still the same tensions that people have, that non-benders and versus benders kind of divide. I don't know. It's just there's a lot more that she did that I don't even think Aang could have done well at that age. But Aang was also very young, even though he escaped an entire war, and Korra lost the powers, regained the powers, lost the powers again.
The Avatar series is really good, both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, were they American made or were they like Japanese?
They were Western Hemisphere, American made. They took inspiration from Chinese martial arts. They actually had a fight choreographer doing all four of the elements. So they actually had a martial artist individually do all the fighting sequences to create the individuality of each element.
Wow, that is really cool. The guy must have been really seriously amazing.
Well, if you're a martial arts artist and knows all these different techniques, then you can definitely apply all these different techniques and give a different feeling for each element. So
this is true. That's why I like Fist of the North Star, because all the different, I guess, martial arts styles that they had, and to me, it tells a great story, even though it's like an old school, the 1980s, cheesy kung fu movie. It's like when I'm watching, like, it reminds you of like when I watch Enter the Dragon, or just those old school like Hong Kong, martial arts movies. That's why I love Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, it's actually really entertaining.
And my favorite is that every time Kichiro like beats bad guy, he goes, "You don't know, you're already dead." And all of a sudden, it's this, I don't know, their leg blows up, and then their like inside blow up too. It's just,
true.
And this thing is really cool. He's just like, and then he just walks away, and they blow up from the inside or whatever.
True. And also one thing about conventions that we kind of have to take note about. The vendor hall, the dealer's room, artist alley, all those rooms.
What about them?
Do you go to them? Do you spend money? What do you do?
Me? I do. I like going to the artist alley, actually. I mean, going to the vendor room is cool, but to me, artist alley is where it's at because these people are not, this is not their business. This is like a side hustle that they do. It's like the stuff they do on their free time.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I have several paintings that I am looking at right now that I've literally bought at conventions. And they're like one-of-a-kind oil paintings.
Yeah.
My wife has like a wood burning of like Iron Man somehow. It's like on a piece of wood and it's like burned, carved into it.
Yeah.
Really cool. I mean, I think Artist Alley is where it's at. You want to get like unique, cool stuff because, like I said, they're not trying to make a bunch of money off it. They're just artists that want to show the world what they have and sell some of their stuff and make a little bit. That's how I feel. So I like to go there and actually look at their stuff more intensely than like a vendor's room because vendors have the same stuff. It's either pop figures or T-shirts or old video games or anime on DVD kind of stuff. But Artist Alley, that's where I go and spend money at if I would.
Yeah, and looking at my room, I have a bunch of canvas art that I have bought at yard sales and Goodwill. So. And actually, looking at my room one day literally inspired a particular episode of my podcast, Canvas Art Exposition. I literally talked about how to exhibit, how to put them on exhibit, and just literally go to the entire process of exhibiting canvas art.
I don't even know how you do that. It's funny. But no, one of my favorite paintings, I actually bought it from an artist, is an oil painting of the Sirens of Gotham City. It's Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn, and kind of like a very seductive like outfits or whatever. Like basically, Poison Ivy just covered with her vines, and Harley Quinn's in the middle. You see her backside. She's like turned around, and she has like her little hammer that she has. And then Catwoman just like in the full full bodysuit, and she looks like she's ready to like cut you with her claws. I really like that one.
True.
And
I'm also looking at my MC Anime old logo canvas that I bought from Flickr.
From where?
Okay, so Flickr. Flickr was one of the websites I used for the old blog of MC Anime at the time, and I put my logo on it, and I bought a canvas printing from Flickr of my logo, and I put it in this big frame.
Oh, Flickr. Okay, I know what Flickr is. Yeah. I know some photographers, they used that to like put their pictures on or whatever.
Yeah, but instead of pictures that being a photographer, I just took screenshots of my blog post.
Nice.
You know what I should do? I probably should go back on Flickr and make it like my Instagram page and put all the cover art and then put all the descriptions in the comment section.
Yeah, you should. You know, that's it's stuff that is old, but you can introduce it to new people. You know.
Yeah, and then it stays in my gallery for a long time too.
Yeah. I do cosplay a little bit myself, but the only cosplay that I've ever done is I did the Punisher, and I have some clown Jedi cosplay that I was able to.
Yeah, and some clown too.
That's just my Halloween thing, right?
Oh, okay. So you as a clown, is that your cosplay? That's your profile? Whatever.
That is not my. I guess you can say it's my. So, 2014, I was watching American Horror Story.
Oh, I love American Horror Story.
Yeah, but that was the year of the freak show, and that clown.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
Yeah, and so I was like, yo, you know what? I want to look like a killer clown or whatever, and that's what I've been doing ever since that. Every couple of years, I mix it up. Like I'm on my third version of this of this, and I call I guess you call it my cosplay known as Creepo the Clown, because he's always being creepy.
Creepo? Oh, come on! You could have come up with a better name than Creepo.
That was the name given to me, okay? I didn't pick it. You never pick your name. It's just given to you.
No. I pick my name. If I'm going to do an original character, I pick my name first.
It would, because I like to be like a little creepy. I just like to stand there and just kind of you're silent and you can't tell who it is, because I'm literally decked out head to toe, wearing a mask and.
You know what? Here's your name for a clown.
Whatever, you can't see.
I'm going to call you Bonsley Osley.
What's up?
Bonsley Osley would be your clown name.
I like it. No, I mean...
It's better than Creepo.
I was going to say, a couple of years ago, I actually had my two nephews. They dressed up as clowns with me, and we did a shoot together. And that was fun. My 10-year-old and my 14-year-old nephews were hanging out with me. That was fun, and it was fun times.
Oh gosh.
And the thing is, being a clown, so they're dressed up, cosplaying at that, they either love me or they really hate me. Against people who either love clowns or they hate clowns.
Yes. Oh gosh. Most of the creepy clowns I have the most experience with, it's not any TV, but it's King's Dominion. They have a particular section, Halloween Hot, and it's just the clown area. and you see clowns sliding on the ground, Megan Spock scaring people, and tall clowns and short clowns. It's hilarious.
Oh, I remember when I think I was like either a junior or a senior in high school. I went to the Halloween Horror Night, not Halloween Horror Nights, but Hollow Scream in Busch Gardens in Florida.
Oh, okay.
And I was with the girl that I was like kind of talking to or whatever, and I was driving around and go, "So what are you afraid of?" She goes, "I don't like chainsaws and clowns." Within 30 seconds, a clown with a chainsaw jumps out and scares her. I think that girl like broke the land speed record. She was so fast.
Oh my gosh.
It was like I felt bad, but I was also like laughing because she was gone. I was just like, oh wow, okay. No. I mean, I guess you could also I worked at one of these when I was 18. I guess you could say I was a clown or whatever, like dark makeup. I wish I had pictures of when I was all decked out, but like I was really cool.
Yeah, I bet you were the class clown too.
Yeah, it probably was. I was like supposed to be like a dead, like I don't know. It was fun. It was good stuff. It was a fun time. I got paid decent money to just scare the crap out of people. That was. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better job, you know.
True, and with conventions and photography, they kind of go hand in hand a little bit. You need the photography to promote the convention. The convention without the photography won't be the same because photos is really what shares the bonding memories of dressing up or seeing your favorite voice actor, your favorite director. Those are the moments you want to have living in the photos. Photos are worth 1,000 words.
They really are, and that's what it is. That's what it's all about. Like, you don't want to just like take a picture, like get a selfie. You want like a decent quality photo of the moment you're meeting like an idol that is a voice actor, or you're meeting someone that's really good at the cosplay of a character that you love. You want to capture that moment with decent quality, and that's what, like you said, people are going to remember that moment. Like I've done photo shoots from like probably 10 years ago of like cosplayers and stuff, and they still, to this day, when I'm talking to them, they still mention it. And it's how much that they remember every single second of that like small window of time that we had together, and they're still talking about it. And that's one of what I love about being a photographer. Is you think that I don't even really remember that they bring up to me, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh yeah, wow, hold on, I still have those photos. I remember that day. Now it was fun, and they sparked memories in me of this. That's what the thing is. It's like I enjoy taking photos and doing great stuff because I enjoy just doing that. It's what I like to do,
Yeah. All right, well, this is kind of like a good wrap up of our discussion, photography and convention culture. Thank you for Leslie Madewell being here and just making photography and convention more easier to understand.
And I appreciate that I was able. We go on both sides of you working at the conventions and me being a convention goer, so we get both aspects of.
Well, you're the convention goer as a photographer, so you can make money too. We're going as a convention goer.
Oh, I mean, I made money. I made some good money or whatever. Usually, like all the photo shoots that I would do at the conventions that were paid, that was the money that I spent at the convention.
Oh, true. Hey, you can't complain when you get the money given to you at the event.
No, I definitely would not complain. I'm just saying, like, I would have paid shoots, and then I would just, like, do, like, like maybe like a 10 or 15 minute photo session with cosplayers that I just found at a convention, and all the money that I made, I would just pass it on. I just spent it at the con. I was there, and it just was, I wouldn't say play money, but it was just extra money. And you know what? They had stuff I wanted to buy, so I got it,
All right. Well, one last thing. Where can they find you on social media and correspondence link?
They can just find me on all social media as either Leslie Madewell, which is my full name, or they can look up Madewell Art Photography, which has all my photography stuff.
All right. You heard from the source. Leslie Madewell or Madewell Art could be your business one day for photography. And don't forget.
I look forward to hearing what we put together, MC. I appreciate everything this whole conversation.
Oh yeah, it's been lots of fun. And guys, don't forget to go to our official website at mcanimepodcast.com. Support us on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, MC Anime. Also, for the fellow MC animators out there, for the Patreon page, please go to the Patreon for the blog MC Anime. Do the different tiers and support us. It'd be greatly appreciated. With all loves and kisses, thank you for this wonderful time. And overall, Leslie, thank you for being here.
Thank you, MC.
It was lots of fun having you, and then maybe we have to continue this visit one day. Who knows?
I would enjoy this. It seems like we have a good back and forth here.
Oh yeah, but as anything has to come to a close, this is what I call a wrap and done.
This concludes another episode of MC Anime Podcast. MC Anime Podcast is available on podcast directories like Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. We also have our website at mcanimepodcast.com. If you want to directly support us, then follow Patreon blog MC Anime. Finally, if you want services for hire, then we're available on Fiverr for audio and video production, graphic design, idea consulting, and blog and article writing.